And she claimed her 3 victims told her they're happy in heaven.
I know for a fact.
Lori Vallow is appealing her murder conviction.
This comes more than a month after the so-called
When the police found the bodies of Lori Vallow Daybell's children in the yard of her new husband, they opened a Pandora's box of doomsday beliefs and a heartbreaking case that scarred the nation. Lori Vallow became obsessed with the apocalypse and doomsday. The world wondered where her 2 missing children were, while she enjoyed a trip to Hawaii with her new husband. But did the so-called Doomsday Mom murder her children because of misguided religious beliefs? Or was the motive something more mainstream, like money? This is the Lori Vallow story. Welcome back to Crime Mystic, where we cover solved, unsolved, and mysterious cases from around the globe. Today, we're looking at the case of Lori Vallow, who quickly moved from a dedicated Christian mother to a murderer of her 2 children, JJ Vallow and Tylee Ryan, spiraling down strange religious beliefs. Before we go deeper, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to get a notification whenever we have a new case, and like this video. Now, let's take a closer look at the Doomsday Murders. What to know about Lori Vallow Daybell? Lori Vallow was a devoted member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and a doting mother. She was once described as a super mom by one of her neighbors. But what happened when she crossed the line from religion to fanaticism? Lori Vallow Daybell was born on June 26, 1973, as Lori Noreen Cox. She was married 5 times. The first time in 1992 to Nelson Yanes. She was 19 years old, and she got married to her high school sweetheart, but they divorced soon after with no children. By 1995, Lori Vallow married William LaGoya, and they gave birth to a son, Colby Ryan. The marriage was very short, as the pair got divorced in 1996. She married her 3rd husband in 2001, and the pair divorced in 2004. Her 3rd husband, Joseph Ryan, and she gave birth to a daughter named Tylee. When Ryan died in 2018, the authorities looked into his death after discovering an audio recording of Lori saying, "I went through a lot of years of this kind of hard stuff, and I was going to murder him. I was going to kill him, like the scripture says, like Nephi killed, just to stop the pain, and to stop him coming after me, and to stop him coming after my children." In 2005, Lori married Charles Vallow, and they both adopted Joseph Jackson, JJ. Charles also had 2 children from his previous marriage. This was her longest marriage until Charles filed for divorce in 2019. In court records, he cited her bizarre religious beliefs as the cause and said he had threatened her life. The court filing read, "Mother, Lori Vallow, informed father, Charles Vallow, that she was a god assigned to carry out the work of the 144,000 at Christ's second coming in July 2020, and said that if father got in the way of her mission, she would murder him." But Charles suddenly died when Lori's brother, Alex Cox, shot him. Alex Cox claimed that he fired the gun in self-defense, and Lori, JJ, and Tylee were all in the home. He was not charged, and he later died of natural causes. The final marriage, which upended her children's lives, was with Chad Daybell. Lori met the author and self-proclaimed doomsday prophet in 2018, and moved to Idaho with her children and brother to be closer to him. Chad wrote about doomsday-focused fiction that was loosely based on Mormon teachings. They married in November 2019, 2 weeks after the death of Chad's wife, Tammy Daybell, and 3 weeks before JJ and Tylee were declared missing by the police. Doomsday, zombies, and a rabbit hole of negative religious beliefs. When Lori Vallow met Chad Daybell in 2018, everyone around her noticed a shift in her behavior. She had gone from a loving Christian woman to a fanatic obsessed with whatever he fed her. Her former father-in-law, Larry Woodcock, told people that he could not believe that she was falling for Chad's theories. Lori was known as someone who loved her children, and so it was hard for her loved ones to reconcile who they knew her as with the murders she had committed. But there was a shift in her behavior, and she was eventually going over the edge. While Lori and Chad were married to different people, they were seeing each other. Lori emailed Chad, asking him to check her children's spirits to see if they were dark or light. According to their beliefs, those with a dark spirit had made a covenant with the devil. Chad had noted that Tylee's spirit was a 4.1D and JJ's was a 4.2L, while Tylee's father, who had passed away, was 4.3D. Also, her current husband, from whom she was estranged, was 3L, and her brother was 2L. According to Chad, 2s and 3s are fluid and can change sides during Earth life, but 4.1 and above have made covenants to their side. They rarely switch sides. Based on this, we can say that Lori believed that her daughter, Tylee, had sold her soul to the devil, but JJ was still on the good side. But that didn't matter, because she also thought her children were zombies. Lori had told one of her friends that her children were zombies, meaning that their mortal spirits had left their bodies and they had been possessed by a dark spirit instead. Lori believed that she and Chad were on a mission to eradicate zombies before the second coming of Christ. Chad had also told Lori that she was a sexual goddess and that they were married in their previous lives. She was supposed to help him save the world in time for the apocalypse by gathering 144,000 followers so that Jesus could return. Before he died, her ex-husband Charles said Lori had become obsessed with spiritual visions and near-death experiences. She believed she was eternally married to the ancient Book of Mormon prophet Moroni and had lived numerous lives on numerous planets before this current life. As Lori was spiraling and believing whatever lies Chad fed her, it was only a matter of time before she finally went over the edge. The murder of Tammy Daybell. Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell married 2 weeks after his wife Tammy Daybell died, but it became clear that they had been seeing each other long before. Once the case blew open, Chad had told the police that his wife Tammy had a cough the previous day and then passed away in her sleep. The police did not suspect any foul play, and so they closed her death due to natural causes. But after J.J. Vallow and Tylee Ryan were found dead in Chad Daybell's yard during the summer, the police exhumed Tammy's body, and it was discovered that she had died from being asphyxiated in her bed. Lori Vallow did not only kill her children, but also conspired to murder her boyfriend's wife. Events leading up to the discovery of J.J. Vallow and Tylee Ryan. Weeks after Tammy Daybell died, J.J.'s grandparents, Kay and Larry Woodcock, realized they had not seen their grandchildren since September 2019, so they called for a welfare check on J.J., who was 7 years old, and Tylee, who was 16. But when social workers and police reached her house, Lori did not cooperate with them. The children were declared missing when the police arrived at Chad and Lori's home on November 27, 2019, and they saw that the couple had abruptly moved out. While the children were missing, Lori's former father-in-law said that he believed the couple had joined a doomsday cult or hidden the children, but no one could fathom that they would actively harm the children. By February 2020, Lori and Chad were found in Hawaii. They were arrested because they did not meet the court order to produce the children, but Lori had refused to tell the police where her children were. Summer Cox Shiflett, Lori's sister, later said in court, "I don't remember the exact wording, but she told me she knew where they were and they were safe." Summer had called Lori while she was in Hawaii, accusing her of dancing on the beach after her kid's death. On the call, she said, "Lori, if you let this happen to them and put them in the ground like a piece of trash, I don't know you. We would have taken them." On June 9, 2020, the remains of Tylee and JJ's bodies were found buried in Chad's property. That December, the police looked into Tammy Daybell's death again. By April 2023, it was revealed that JJ was asphyxiated with a plastic bag and duct tape over his mouth. A heartbreaking note is that there were scratches around his neck from when he struggled, showing that the little boy must have been terrified till the end. On the other hand, Tylee's cause of death could not be figured out, so it was determined homicide by unspecified means. During the trial, some experts said that she might have been stabbed and her body was burned. Based on Lori's belief that her daughter Tylee has a 4.1D and has sold her soul to the devil, could this explain why she burned her body? Lori never explained what she had done to the children, especially Tylee. Justice is served in court. Money, power, and sex? Once the case was blown open, Lori and Chad were charged with conspiracy to commit first-degree murder for Tammy's death and first-degree murder and 2 counts of conspiracy to destroy or conceal evidence for Tylee and JJ's death. Lori faced an additional charge of conspiracy to murder due to the shooting of Charles Vallow, her ex-husband, and attempted murder of her niece's husband. Chad also faced an additional charge of 2 counts of insurance fraud. Chad and Lori were tried separately, but pleaded not guilty to all charges. While the opening statements were made, prosecutors said Lori used money, power, and sex, or the promise of those things, to get what she wanted. It was also revealed that she had money problems and had been cashing out welfare checks on her missing children while spending insurance money from Tammy's death. During the trial, there were jarring post-mortem photos of JJ and Tylee. Lori was seen looking away most of the time and requested to be excused from the courtroom, but the judge denied her request. By July 2023, Lori was sentenced to life in prison without parole. But before her sentencing, she made a bizarre statement saying that her children were happy and busy in heaven. She called Tammy Daybell her eternal friend, saying she was also busy in heaven. According to Lori, her son JJ had appeared to her and did not blame her for what she did. She said her communications with her children's spirits told her to stop worrying because she did nothing wrong. Lori said, "Jesus Christ knows that no one was murdered in this case." And so, when the judge said that she was down a bizarre rabbit hole, and she was still down there. He wasn't wrong. They say there is nothing stronger than a mother's love, but what happens when a mother believes the devil has possessed her children due to her bizarre religious beliefs? Lori Vallow does not believe she murdered her children, even if she did, and it's clear that she knew what was right from wrong because she kept lying, hiding, and even using their welfare money. Did she kill her children for religion or money and freedom? Could others around her have noticed the signs and protected the children before she went over the edge? Let us know your thoughts about the Lori Vallow case in the comments below.